Imagine this. You wake up one morning, you stretch, and you realize that carrying the groceries feels heavier than it used to. Climbing the stairs makes your legs burn. And even though your weight hasn't changed much, your arms and legs don't look as strong as they did a few years ago. This isn't just aging. This is something called sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss, and it can start as early as your 50s. The scary part? By the time most people notice it, they've already lost nearly 10% of their muscle strength. But here's the good news. You don't need expensive protein powders, flashy supplements, or complicated diets. There's one simple natural food, available in almost every supermarket, that can help stop muscle loss instantly and even rebuild strength while you sleep. Welcome to Vital Health Tales, where we uncover natural, science-backed solutions for seniors who want to stay strong, independent, and full of energy. If you've been searching for ways to fight muscle loss without spending hundreds on powders or pills, you're in the right place. And make sure to stay with me until the end, because I'll also share how you can combine this natural food with 2 simple lifestyle habits to not only stop sarcopenia, but actually regain muscle you thought was gone for good. After the age of 50, our bodies undergo changes that silently chip away at muscle mass. Hormones like testosterone and growth hormone decline. The body becomes less efficient at using protein from food. And inflammation, often from hidden sources like processed foods or poor sleep, accelerates muscle breakdown. That's why so many people over 50 notice their balance isn't what it used to be, or that recovery after exercise feels slower. But here's the critical point. Losing muscle isn't just about vanity. It's directly tied to independence, energy, and even life expectancy. Research shows that seniors with stronger muscles live longer, have fewer falls, and are far less likely to end up in nursing care. In fact, doctors now call muscle tissue a longevity organ. Without it, every system in the body, from your metabolism to your immune response, begins to weaken. Now, many companies will tell you that the answer is simple. Just buy their protein powder. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Most protein powders are ultra-processed, stripped of natural nutrients, and often loaded with artificial flavors or fillers. For seniors, they can cause bloating, digestive discomfort, and even kidney stress if taken in excess, and worst of all, studies show that protein powders don't always deliver superior results compared to whole, real foods that contain natural cofactors for absorption. So yes, protein is important, but the form in which you get it matters just as much. And powders are rarely the most effective form, especially for people over 50. So if powders aren't the answer, what is? It turns out, one natural food has been scientifically proven to trigger muscle protein synthesis more effectively than many supplements, and it comes with extra benefits like supporting your heart, bones, and even your sleep. In just a moment, I'll reveal exactly what this food is, how it works inside the body, and how you can start using it tonight to protect your muscles from further loss. But first, let's quickly understand why real foods have such a powerful edge over any lab-made powder. Here's something most supplement companies never tell you. Food is more than numbers on a label. When you eat whole foods like salmon, beans, or watermelon, you're not just getting protein. You're getting a complete package. Vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, enzymes, and natural compounds that work together in ways science is still discovering. Think of it like an orchestra. Protein alone is the violin section. Important, yes, but without drums, horns, and a conductor, the music falls flat. Powders give you isolated protein, stripped of context. Real foods deliver the full orchestra, perfectly in tune, so your body gets a richer performance. And this harmony matters even more as you age. After 50, your digestive system changes. Stomach acid levels drop. Digestive enzymes decline. That means nutrients aren't absorbed as efficiently. You might eat enough protein, but your body struggles to use it. Whole foods naturally provide tools that help absorption. Vitamin C in fruit helps iron. Healthy fats in olive oil help vitamins A, D, E, and K. Fermented foods like kefir supply enzymes that break proteins into usable pieces. Protein powders lack this natural synergy. That's why many older adults say, "I drink shakes, but I don't feel stronger." There's also a phenomenon called anabolic resistance. After midlife, muscles become less responsive to protein. It takes higher quality amino acids to spark growth. Without that spark, even large amounts of protein fail to rebuild tissue. The key amino acid here is leucine. Leucine is the ignition switch that flips muscle building into gear. Without enough leucine, the engine won't start, no matter how much protein you pour in. and not all foods supply leucine in amounts that overcome anabolic resistance. This is where one natural food quietly outperforms expensive powders. It's not exotic. It's not trendy. It's humble, fresh ricotta cheese, not shredded mozzarella on pizza, not processed cheese slices, soft, creamy ricotta. Why ricotta? Because it's one of the richest natural sources of whey protein. That's the same protein found in most powders, but here it remains in its natural form, along with minerals, milk peptides, and cofactors that powders strip away. Ricotta is especially high in leucine. A single serving delivers enough to flip the muscle growth switch in seniors, something generic shakes often fail to do, and ricotta is easier on digestion. Powders can cause bloating, gas, or stomach discomfort, especially in aging digestive systems. Ricotta is gentle. The proteins are partially pre-digested during cheese making them more bioavailable. Beyond protein, ricotta supports bones. It contains calcium and phosphorus in a ratio ideal for absorption. Strong muscles are useless without strong bones. Together, they form the foundation for balance, mobility, and independence. Ricotta also provides healthy fats that help transport fat-soluble vitamins. It offers B vitamins critical for energy metabolism. It's a complete package, not a one-note solution. And unlike a chalky shake, ricotta is food. Real food you can enjoy in countless ways. Spread it on whole grain toast in the morning. Mix it with berries for a snack. Blend it with herbs for a savory dip. Even swirl it into soup for extra creaminess. Eating well should feel like living, not like taking medicine. I worked with a client named Helen, a retired teacher in her late 60s. She had tried every powder, whey, soy, pea protein. Nothing stopped the slow loss of strength in her legs. She told me climbing stairs left her winded, and carrying groceries felt harder each month. When I suggested she replace her evening protein shake with a bowl of ricotta, blueberries, and a drizzle of honey, she raised an eyebrow. It seemed too simple. But 2 weeks later, she reported less bloating. After 6 weeks, she noticed stamina returning. By 3 months, her grip strength, a marker of longevity, had improved measurably. Helen didn't change her exercise routine. She didn't add expensive supplements. She simply swapped powders for a natural food her body could truly use. That single change shifted her trajectory from decline toward strength. Stories like hers are not rare. They highlight a truth we often forget. Our bodies thrive on foods they recognize, not on ultra-processed isolates. The closer we eat to nature, the more efficiently our bodies respond. Ricotta may be the star for leucine and protein quality, but it's not the only ally in the fight against sarcopenia. Nature offers a whole team of foods that protect muscles and bones, from colorful fruits to humble beans, from fermented dairy to omega-3 rich fish. Together, they form a nutritional safety net powders can't replicate. And the best part? Many of these foods are already in your kitchen. They're familiar, affordable, and delicious. The kind of food you look forward to eating, not something you force yourself to gulp down. So if you've been chasing powders and feeling disappointed, it's time to pause. Step back from the marketing noise. Reconnect with the foods that powered human health long before supplements existed. Because when you give your body what it truly understands, the results can be surprising, even life-changing. Ricotta is just the beginning. There are 7 other natural foods that can stop muscle loss in its tracks. Some are sweet, some savory, some you may have overlooked for years. But together, they create a blueprint for strength, resilience, and independence well into your later decades. And next, we'll uncover each of them, starting with a refreshing fruit that does more for your muscles than most people realize. Ricotta may be the first surprise, but it's far from the only natural food that can rescue aging muscles. In fact, when you start looking closely, nature has hidden muscle-protecting gems in some of the most unexpected places. The next one might be sitting in your fruit bowl right now. Bright, juicy, refreshing. I'm talking about watermelon. Most people think of watermelon as nothing more than sugar and water, a summertime treat, sweet but nutritionally empty. That assumption couldn't be more wrong. Watermelon is secretly loaded with compounds that directly impact muscle health, and one of them is a powerful amino acid called citrulline. Citrulline is no ordinary nutrient. Inside the body, it converts into arginine, which boosts nitric oxide production. Why does that matter for your muscles? Because nitric oxide relaxes blood vessels, improving circulation. Better circulation means more oxygen and more nutrients delivered right where they're needed, to your muscle fibers. Think of your muscles as construction sites. Protein is the building material, but without trucks to deliver the materials, nothing gets built. Watermelon is like adding more delivery trucks to the highway, making sure the nutrients from your meals actually reach your muscles. And the benefits don't stop there. Studies show citrulline can reduce post-exercise soreness, support endurance, and even improve recovery overnight. For seniors, that means less stiffness in the morning, fewer aches after activity, and more freedom to stay active. There's another hidden treasure in watermelon: lycopene. This red pigment is a powerful antioxidant that reduces oxidative stress, one of the key drivers of muscle breakdown with age. Less oxidative stress means less damage to your muscle cells, giving them a fighting chance to repair and grow. And let's not overlook the simplest benefit: hydration. Muscle tissue is nearly 75% water. Dehydration accelerates fatigue, cramps, and even protein breakdown. Eating watermelon isn't just refreshing. It's like refueling the very foundation of your muscle tissue. I once spoke with a man named David, a 72-year-old gardener. Every summer, he'd bring slices of chilled watermelon to the park instead of sports drinks. He told me, "I don't cramp up like my friends do. They drink fancy powders, I just eat watermelon." Science now shows he was right all along. Sometimes wisdom hides in simple traditions. So if you've been ignoring watermelon as just a sweet snack, it's time to rethink. A bowl in the evening or even blended into a smoothie can do more for your recovery than another scoop of powder. But let's move to another food. One far less sweet, but just as powerful: salmon. Unlike powders, salmon delivers a combination of protein and healthy fats that work together like a double-edged sword against muscle loss. The protein in salmon provides all 9 essential amino acids in highly bioavailable form, including leucine. But what sets salmon apart is its omega-3 fatty acids. Omega-3s, particularly EPA and DHA, don't just support heart and brain health. They actually influence how your muscles respond to protein. Research shows omega-3s make aging muscle more sensitive to anabolic signals, reducing anabolic resistance. In plain terms, when you eat protein with omega-3s, your body uses it more efficiently. It's like upgrading your muscle's operating system. The same input suddenly produces better output. That means fewer wasted nutrients and more muscle preserved with every meal. Salmon also lowers inflammation. Chronic low-grade inflammation is one reason seniors lose muscle faster. It interferes with recovery, slows down protein synthesis, and weakens tissue. Omega-3s calm that inflammation, clearing the path for muscle growth. And let's not forget vitamin D, which many people over 50 are deficient in. Salmon is one of the rare natural sources of vitamin D, vital for both muscles and bones. Stronger bones, stronger muscles. They rise or fall together. There's a fascinating case study of seniors who added salmon to their diet just twice a week. Within a few months, they didn't just show improvements in muscle mass, their walking speed and balance also improved. For older adults, those changes can mean the difference between independence and dependence. A personal story comes from Robert, a 68-year-old former construction worker. He struggled with joint pain and gradual strength loss. After his doctor encouraged him to include salmon regularly, Robert swapped his evening fried meats for baked salmon with herbs. 6 months later, not only was his cholesterol down, but his leg strength had returned to the point where he could once again climb ladders to fix things around the house. He told me, "I thought my strong days were gone, but salmon gave me a second chance." So with ricotta for leucine, watermelon for circulation and antioxidants, and salmon for omega-3s and complete protein, we already see a powerful trio forming. Foods that no powder can replicate. But remember, this is just the beginning. Nature's toolbox is full of everyday foods that hold back muscle loss. Some are as humble as beans, others as unexpected as fermented yogurt. Each adds a new layer of defense, a new piece of the puzzle. The message is clear. Powders are one-dimensional, but real foods are multi-dimensional. They work through multiple pathways: protein, circulation, hormones, antioxidants, anti-inflammatory compounds, creating a safety net that protects your muscles from every angle. And in the next section, we'll reveal even more of these hidden allies. One of them is a breakfast staple most people overlook, yet it holds the key to steady strength and long-lasting energy throughout the day. We've uncovered ricotta for leucine, watermelon for circulation, and salmon for omega-3s. But that's only half the story. If you're serious about protecting your muscles after 50, you'll want to stay with me, because the next foods are everyday staples hiding in plain sight. And don't skip ahead, because by the end, I'll reveal the one food that ties this entire muscle-protecting puzzle together. You don't want to miss it. Let's move to the next ally, eggs. For decades, eggs were unfairly demonized. People feared cholesterol, so they tossed the yolks and only ate the whites. But science has come full circle. Now we know that the yolk is actually where much of the nutrition lies. Eggs provide one of the highest quality proteins in nature. The amino acid profile is near perfect for humans, making it easy to absorb and utilize. And unlike powders, eggs give you a balanced mix of micronutrients. Vitamin B12 for nerve and energy health, choline for brain function, vitamin D for muscles and bones. But what really makes eggs stand out for seniors is their digestibility. While steak or dense meats can feel heavy and difficult to digest, eggs are light, easy, and fast-absorbing. That means the amino acids reach your bloodstream quickly, ready to repair muscle tissue. Here's something most people don't realize. Muscle growth isn't just about how much protein you eat. It's also about how fast that protein becomes available. Eggs provide a steady yet efficient release, giving your body exactly what it needs, right when it needs it. And let's not forget affordability. Not everyone can buy salmon every week, but eggs remain one of the most cost-effective sources of high-quality protein. That makes them a true longevity food for everyone, not just those with deep pockets. Now, let's add a plant-based powerhouse, beans. If eggs are nature's perfect animal protein, beans are the humble heroes of plant nutrition. Black beans, lentils, chickpeas, kidney beans, they all pack plant protein, but with added bonuses powders can't touch. Fiber, antioxidants, magnesium. Potassium. Fiber is especially important after 50. It stabilizes blood sugar, supports gut health, and even helps lower inflammation, all factors linked to muscle preservation. And here's the kicker. A healthy gut microbiome actually improves protein absorption. That means the protein you get from ricotta, salmon, and eggs works even better when beans are part of your diet. Think of beans as the supporting cast that makes the stars shine brighter. They may not have the leucine punch of ricotta or the omega-3s of salmon, but they create the environment where those nutrients work at full power. And they're versatile. Toss them into soups, salads, or stews. Even small daily servings add up to a significant effect. Some of the longest-living cultures in the world, like those in the blue zones, rely on beans as a daily staple. Longevity isn't an accident, and beans are part of the reason. Let me share a quick story. I met Maria, an 81-year-old who still tended her own vegetable garden. She laughed when I asked her secret. She pointed to a pot on her stove, black bean stew simmering slowly. "I've eaten beans every day since I was a girl," she said. She walked faster and stood taller than many people 20 years younger. Sometimes wisdom is as simple as tradition carried through a lifetime. Now, we've covered animal-based and plant-based, but there's another category that plays a unique role. Fermented foods. And one of the best is kefir. Kefir is often called a cousin of yogurt, but it's actually even more powerful. It contains dozens of live probiotic strains. These friendly bacteria improve digestion, reduce inflammation, and most importantly for our topic, they help your body break down and use protein more effectively. Imagine your digestive system as soil. If the soil is barren, even the best seeds won't grow. Kefir enriches the soil, so the protein from eggs, beans, salmon, and ricotta can take root and blossom into strength. And kefir itself isn't just probiotics. It also supplies protein, calcium, vitamin K2, and bioactive peptides, compounds created during fermentation that have anti-inflammatory and immune-supporting effects. That means kefir not only helps you digest protein, but also directly supports your muscle and bone health. Many seniors notice less bloating and more regular digestion after adding kefir. A stronger gut means stronger nutrient absorption, and that shows up as stronger muscles over time. Now let me pause here and give you a gentle reminder. If you're finding these foods surprising and helpful, take a moment to hit that like button below. It tells YouTube this information matters and helps more people over 50 discover it. And while you're at it, drop a quick comment. Which of these foods do you already enjoy? Ricotta, watermelon, salmon, eggs, beans, or kefir? I'd love to hear your experience, because here's the truth. Sharing your story may inspire someone else your age to take that first step toward better health. And that's how communities grow stronger together. So far, we've assembled 6 powerful foods. Each one works in a different way. Ricotta triggers growth, Watermelon boosts circulation, salmon reduces inflammation, eggs deliver fast digesting protein, beans create a supportive environment, and kefir enhances absorption. Individually, they're impressive. Together, they're transformative, but we're not finished. In fact, the seventh food might be the most unexpected of all. It's a nutrient-dense option that combines affordability, availability, and potency in a way no powder can compete with. Many people overlook it, yet it has been protecting muscles for centuries. Stick with me, because in the next section, we'll reveal this final food, the missing piece that brings the entire strategy together. Once you know it, you'll understand why real foods, not powders, are the true foundation of muscle strength after 50. We've explored 6 powerful foods: ricotta, watermelon, salmon, eggs, beans, and kefir. Each one contributes a unique piece to the muscle-preserving puzzle. But now it's time to reveal the 7th food, the one that often gets overlooked, yet may be the most practical and powerful of them all. That food is sardines. Yes, humble sardines, the small oily fish that many people walk past at the grocery store. But don't be fooled by their size. Sardines pack an extraordinary nutrient punch that makes them a true superfood for seniors. First, sardines provide complete protein with a generous amount of leucine, the amino acid trigger we talked about earlier. That alone puts them in the muscle-protecting category. But what sets sardines apart is the nutrient package surrounding that protein. Sardines are one of the richest natural sources of omega-3 fatty acids, rivaling even salmon. These omega-3s reduce inflammation, improve anabolic sensitivity, and help muscles respond more efficiently to protein. That means less wasted nutrition and more strength retained with every meal. But sardines go further. They're eaten whole, including the tiny soft bones which are packed with calcium and phosphorus. That combination builds a direct bridge between muscle health and bone health. When your muscles grow stronger, your bones do too. And when your bones are fortified, they provide the sturdy framework your muscles need to function. Sardines also deliver vitamin D, selenium, and coenzyme Q10, nutrients rarely found in powders, but critical for energy production and longevity. It's as if nature compressed multiple supplements into one tiny fish. And let's not overlook practicality. Sardines are affordable, widely available, and shelf-stable when canned. That means no excuses. You don't need expensive powders or complicated recipes. You can open a can, add them to whole grain toast or a salad, and instantly upgrade your meal with some of the most muscle-friendly nutrition available. There's also a cultural wisdom here. In many coastal communities, elders who ate sardines regularly showed lower rates of frailty, stronger bones, and longer independence. They didn't rely on powders. They relied on simple, nutrient-dense foods their bodies recognized. I once spoke with an 85-year-old fisherman named Luis. Every morning he ate sardines with bread, olive oil, and tomatoes. His grip was strong, his back still straight, his stride confident. When I asked his secret, he smiled and said, "The sea provides everything if you know what to eat." His life was proof. So there you have it. 7 foods that together form a shield against muscle loss after 50. Let's quickly recap. Ricotta, rich in leucine, ignites muscle growth. Watermelon, supplies citrulline and lycopene, improves circulation and recovery. Salmon, delivers protein and omega-3s to fight inflammation. Eggs, high quality, easily digestible protein plus essential vitamins. Beans, plant-based support with fiber, antioxidants, and gut health benefits. Kefir, probiotics that boost absorption and reduce inflammation. Sardines, affordable, nutrient-dense powerhouse with protein, omega-3s, calcium, and vitamin D. Each of these foods works differently, but together they create a web of protection, supporting digestion, circulation, hormone response, bone strength, and muscle synthesis. That's the multidimensional advantage powders will never match. Now here's the truth. Eating one of these foods once won't change your life, but weaving them into your daily and weekly routine can transform your future. Think of it as building a safety net. Each food is a strand. The more strands you weave, the stronger your safety net becomes. And that net can catch you when age tries to pull you down. So ask yourself, which of these 7 foods can you add to your next meal? Could breakfast include eggs or kefir? Could lunch feature beans or sardines? Could dinner bring in salmon or ricotta? Small choices repeated consistently create powerful results. And if you've been relying on protein powders, maybe it's time to shift. Not to abandon them completely if they work for you, but to recognize they are only one tool, and not even the best one. Real food is what your body knows, what your ancestors thrived on, and what your muscles respond to most deeply. Before we close, I want to hear from you. Which of these 7 foods surprised you most? Was it ricotta, watermelon, or sardines? Drop your answer in the comments below. Your story might inspire someone else to make a change today. And if this video has opened your eyes, take a moment to give it a like. It tells YouTube this content matters and helps others over 50 discover it too. Most importantly, subscribe to this channel, Vital Health Tales, because in future videos we'll dive even deeper, exploring not just muscle-preserving foods, but also hidden habits, overlooked nutrients, and time-tested strategies for aging strong and healthy. And if you know someone, a parent, a spouse, a friend, who's struggling with weakness or muscle loss, share this video with them. It could be the nudge that helps them rediscover their strength and independence. Remember, growing older is inevitable, but growing weaker doesn't have to be. With the right foods, the right knowledge, and the right community, you can stay strong, resilient, and vibrant well into your later decades. This is your health, your strength, your story, and it starts with the choices you make at your next meal. So don't wait. Take action today.